Lift up Christ, tell the world to lift up Christ. Hello everyone and welcome to Rhythm of Life. My name is Bontle Moabi. Thank you so much for joining us. Today on the show we are joined by a lovely lady and her name is Bontle Moabi. She wrote a book called Church and she's here to tell us more about it. Hello my lady. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Good, thanks. You can speak up, don't be shy. I'm not gonna bite.
Okay, thank you.
Good seeing you.
You too.
Haven't seen you in years, eh?
Almost 10, 12.
Is it 12? Yo,
Yeah.
are we that old? Okay, great. Who did you bring today to actually tell your story through music?
So I have brought with me Advent 4 from East London.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And actually they come very far.
Very far.
East London is very far.
Yeah.
Driving there, it's like going to the other side of the world.
Exactly.
Remember, we also have a music video coming up and also a music quiz between Advent 4 and Bontle Moabi. Who's going to take it? We don't know. But right about now, it's time for us to actually get our first performance by Advent 4.
From a leather-backed book, got myself a savior when I took a second look. Open up the pages and what did I find? A black and white portrait of the king who's a friend of mine. When you think you're right, everybody else must be wrong. Till someone with fool's wisdom somehow comes along. His voice was strange and the words he said I didn't quite understand. Yet I knew that he was speaking right by the leather-backed book in his hand. From a leather-backed book, got myself a savior when I took a second look. Got myself a savior when I took a second look. When I took a second look.
Excellent, guys. Fool's wisdom. Did I say it right? Yes. That's excellent. Now, I want to understand, why did we start with this song?
I want to be biased a little bit and say we started with it because it's my favorite in the album. Yeah.
Of course, it's fine.
Yeah, but it's basically a song that's referring to what we are about. You know, at the end of the day, it's gospel. It's leading us to Christ because the song is actually self-explanatory in that it's based on the Bible, because it says, "We've got myself some wisdom from a leather-backed book," which is a Bible. So that's basically what we actually wanted to draw the audience to, because that's what the center of what we're about is. You know, Christianity and drawing closer to God.
Most definitely. The Bible is the center of our lives, right?
Certainly.
Yes, most definitely. Powerful words there from Lutando. We are going to take a break right now. When we come back, Bontle Moabi tells us more about her book titled Church. You don't want to miss it. We'll see you after the break. This is Rhythm of Life. Welcome back from the air break. This is Rhythm of Life right here on Hope Channel Africa. Thank you very much for joining us. Sitting with me, it's a lovely lady, and her name is Bontle Moabi. You know, the last time I saw you were this small, right?
Yeah, I think it was like 12 years ago.
Yeah, we thank God that you're here today, and you're a writer
you.
of a wonderful book called Church.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Now, for those who don't know you, please
Okay.
let's try and just either remind them
Okay.
or just let them know who you are.
Okay, so just in a nutshell, Bontle is officially a published author of Church, but I am an Adventist youth leader in Umhlanga, so we just started a branch there. And I advocate for endometriosis because that's also one of my own experiences.
Nice one.
And I'm a student sometimes.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So we know, like, the name of the show is called Rhythm of Life, and we know
Yes.
that in our and it's inspired by Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1 to 8. In our lives, sometimes we laugh,
Yeah.
sometimes we cry,
Yeah.
sometimes we jump up and down. We all have a rhythm of life in
Yeah.
our lives, right?
Yeah.
And I know that when you wrote this book, you were going through a rhythm of life,
Yeah.
right? So what motivated you to write Church?
So for me, it really goes back to when I moved to the Middle East, right? And I fell in love with someone, got engaged, but it didn't work out, and I kind of was caught off guard. But in my journey of healing, I found that it was rocky, very rocky, and I only realized much later that I was so devastated and I was not able to get over this. But that's how I got to church, because for me, you know, when you see church, you think of it as a sacred place, a place to find healing, worship. You know, it's such a safe place when you go to church.
Of
And
course.
so for me, I made that person my church, and that's how I got to the title Church. And so I was very depressed. I got into a cycle of self-harm and very unhealthy coping mechanisms.
Sure.
And it broke my heart, you
I
know.
can imagine.
But I was just not able to bounce back soon enough. So for me, that to still deal with something that was so heartbreaking years later, I knew that I needed something, but I only saw after the fact that I made this person my church. And I think to even further say, they became my God,
Yes.
you know.
True.
So
Because you loved them.
Exactly.
Well, you loved them then.
Exactly. I did.
True.
So, but I did place them on this
On a pedestal.
yes,
Yes.
but I forgot myself, I lost me, and I lost sight of who God was in the process.
Shucks.
Yeah.
Must have been a difficult time for you. You were depressed at some point?
Yes, I would say that I still struggle with it, but I
Or
am
you still struggle with it even now?
yes, but
Okay.
I'm definitely, you know, in a much better space now than when I was in the beginning. And I write a little bit about it, you know, my pain. I think I'm very raw about my experiences and how much pain, you know, I was in because of that experience. So
All right. How did you then meet God in that whole space? I mean, you are isolated, you are deserted, you are filled with depression, and you're going through all these emotions. How did then God intervene in that space?
So to be honest, I also like to use the metaphor. Like I was saying, I was living in a different country. I was in the Middle East, and that's literally the desert, right? And I was in my own wilderness, my own desert of my own life, but God literally was my water. I rejected him. I was upset. I was angry, but he kept pursuing me. You know, when something keeps like tapping you on the shoulder and you're just like, I love you. I'm still, you know, here for you. I care for you. But
Yes.
I was very hurt. So I didn't hear or see God for a very long time, but he kept pursuing me.
Yes.
And when I tried to take my own life, he literally, you know, there was one time, because I had tried a few times.
Committing suicide.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
And, you know, the last time I tried, I felt the most alert, awake. And I only think that it could have been God you know,
True.
something so supernatural for me. And he found me. He literally took me out of that space. And from that moment, I was like, okay, God, what do you want me to do? I was very upset that, you know, why am I still here? But him pursuing me, you know, whether I rejected him or not, he was like, look, I love you and I still want you around. Your story doesn't have to end here. I felt that, you know what, this is where my journey and the work begins for
Very
me.
true.
Yeah.
Awesome. Last question.
Okay.
I want to find out, you know that how people shun away from the mental illness discussion in
Yes.
the church.
Yeah.
Why should we normalize talking about depression, especially mental health in the church? Why is it so important?
I think because it manifests itself in so many different ways. You know, I don't think it's practical to just say we're just going to lay hands on someone and just, you know, pray. So we need to talk about it because so many other issues stem from all these kinds of illnesses, you know, and there shouldn't be any stigma around it. And so for me, choosing to be vocal about it and be in church is wanting to highlight that, look, it's okay, and it's okay if you maybe want to see a therapist or get proper help, you know, not to say that God doesn't help you or he doesn't come through for you when you pray, but I don't think it's practical to just leave it at just laying hands for someone, you know, so because people struggle and sometimes it's a result of what's happened to someone in the church. So I have my own experiences where I was wounded by the church, and so my pain was associated with church. But now wanting to go back to a place that hurt me and put me in the struggle of mental illness, you know, it doesn't really work. We can't just reconcile like that and just do Lord's Supper and finish, you know what I
that's
mean?
true.
You must
I agree
get
with you.
practical help. So I think it's important to have a real conversation about mental illness and say that it's okay for people, you know, to get help.
To go through the situation. Excellent. Which song by Advent 4 actually speaks to this whole segment
Oh
for you?
man, I honestly would say, "Oh Jesus, my Redeemer."
That is actually a perfect song right about now, right? So Advent 4, please give us "Oh Jesus, my Redeemer."
Oh Jesus, my Redeemer, thou art my joy and song, my Savior and my solace, when griefs around me throng. Oh Jesus, my Redeemer, my song shall be of thee, no other friend so constant, a friend so dear to me. Dikolwanguwe Yesu, wenamkhokheliwam, ukwasisithandwa
Welcome back from the air break. This is Rhythm of Life. You've just heard for yourself. It's Jesus, My Redeemer by Adrian Four. What a beautiful song. I sing that song all the time whenever I drive to work, whenever I drive to school, when I drive for shopping, because that song actually speaks to me. And something that's spoken to me right here on the show is Bontle Moabi's introduction to this show. What she spoke to us on the first segment was amazing. She spoke about the reason why she wrote the book Church, and she spoke about an important subject that happens in our church: mental illness. Now, I'm glad that you, as a female, wrote about this, because not a lot of females actually write about these things. And I want to say that mental illness does not only affect females; it also affects males as well. So you can definitely start writing about that as well. Bontle, let's continue our conversation. I want to know, how has this book changed your life since you've written it?
So I'm actually going to answer it in a way that a lot of people don't expect, because they expect, a good hype, positive vibes and that sort of thing. But for me, I'd like to think my life got worse, rather from like the inception of the book. Things went downhill from when I had my heart broken. I could not finish my studies because I started to struggle with depression, and that incident happened just before exams. And I came back home, just to try and recover and start my healing process. But then I had some experiences that I discovered, your heart can break in different ways than just a breakup.
Of course.
And so dealing with that sort of trauma. And, I was also later diagnosed with endometriosis, which is, a struggle every day, so to struggle with your mental health and your physical body, it's not easy. So for me, it seems like a sequence of events that just, oh, wow, it just got worse for me. But that's kind of the reason I had to stop writing, because when I had that, incident with my ex, I started writing, but because it was so painful for me, I wasn't able to finish until, like I said, I tried to take my own life. And those bad experiences really steered me in the direction of my purpose. So I felt that, this story is for someone. And so when I do say that my life got worse, I think that now that I look back, it's for a reason that it got worse,
Excellent.
But it's only now I'm getting to reap the benefits.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
So there's a music video that actually speaks to what you've just said now. What music video is it?
So because, when you're struggling with bad things, especially depression, you are in a dark space. So I would have to say Brighten the Corner by Sweet Symphony, because exactly it explains itself, you
Right, we're going to get to the explanation. Let's just hear what the music video says, and then when we come back, you'll tell me why Brighten the Corner where you are. Here's Sweet Symphony, Brighten the Corner where you are.
Brighten the corner where you are. Brighten the corner where you are. Brighten the corner where you are. Brighten the corner where you are. Where you are, 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 where you are. Where you are, 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 where you are. Kakambe koneni, apukona. Kakambe koneni, apukona. Kakambe koneni, apukona. Kakambe koneni, apukona. Apukona, 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 apukona.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
Gonna
Right, thank you. You chose a very nice video,
Yeah.
Sweet Symphony, right in the corner where you are. Just want to find out, why is that music video special to you?
So I'd like to think that I've been in a dark space for quite a while. And, you know, when you have tragic experiences go on in your life, you have to brighten your own corner, you know what I mean? So for me, writing was that for me. And just God himself literally was my light when I couldn't see anything else. And I wouldn't say I'm on the other side, but where I am in the dark,
Yes.
in that hole,
Yes.
you just have to brighten your corner, and that can set someone else's, you know, life free. They can get something out of it just from your little candle, your little light.
That's very true.
Exactly.
That's the best advice ever.
Yeah.
Because I was going to ask you, what is your advice to a person that is going through depression? But
Yeah.
what you said right now, it's a mouthful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Advent 4 is ready to give us another song. And the title of the song is called Table of Grace.
Yeah.
Hear the good news, you've been invited. No matter what others may say, your darkest sins will be forgiven, and you will always have a place. So come you weak and heavy-hearted, don't try to hide your earthly skies, for in His eyes we all are equal. Don't be afraid, come as you are, at the table of grace. Their cups never empty, their place always full, and it's never too late to come and be filled with love never ending. You always welcome at the table of grace. So let the fast become the love, and let the pebble put kings to shame. The willing heart will be the treasure by the power of Jesus' name. At the table of grace, their cup never empty, their place always full, and it's never too late to come and be filled with love never ending. You always welcome at the table of grace. So come and be filled with love never ending. You always welcome. You always welcome. You always welcome at the table of grace.
Advent 4 has taken worship to another level. This is one of my favorite. I'm sure it's also your
Yes,
favorite.
yes,
Most definitely,
of
right?
course,
We
yeah.
are going to take a break right now. When we come back, Bontle Moabi will tell us what we should learn from this book. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back straight after this. This is Rhythm of Life. Welcome back from the air break. This is Rhythm of Life. Keep interacting with us on our social media. It is hashtag Rhythm of Life on SID. I am still sitting with Bontle Moabi. She's about to tell us what she has learned from the book Church. Or what we should learn, what we should learn, because you did mention it on the second segment, right?
Yeah.
What we already know what you've learned, but we want to know what should we learn as a people.
I think my piece of, information that I could share with people is that no matter how much it hurts or how lonely it gets, God will always chase after you and he will pursue you in the desert of your life. He is El Roi. Because I don't want to give away too much about my book. You have to read it to find out what that is.
Right.
And, I would say actually the inspiration for my cover is God's grace, where sometimes we focus on the little black dots in our lives, but we forget that God's grace, the white, is in abundance. You know what I mean? It overflows. And we shouldn't be focused on those little black things because, yes, it hurts or maybe we made mistakes, but God's white cover is never lacks. It's in abundance, and that's one thing I would say, that he is constantly chasing after us. Rejected him or not, in pain or not, he's always tapping you on your shoulder to say, look, I'm here, I love you. And he is El Roi.
Yes.
So that's my biggest lesson for anybody that is going through that difficult time in their lives. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. I see you've actually explained to us the cover and why it's the church is written in black. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming through. I really enjoyed the interview.
Thank you.
Definitely, I'm going to make sure that I page through the book and find out. So Advent 4 is ready to give us the next song.
Yes.
And here they are.
Mighty God, what awesome beauty, spreading far as I can see. Every field and every mountain, sing your love, O Lord, to me. Oh, my soul joins in the music. I exalt your holy name. When the heavens shout your glory, and the mountains sing your praise, with the sky spread out above me, all the stars in all of space, I am amazed that you would love me, and I long to see your face. Soon I'll fly above the mountain to a broader, fairer place. There I'll see you in your beauty, and I'll praise you face to face. Oh, my soul joins in the music. I exalt your holy name. When the heavens shout your glory, and the mountains sing your praise. When the heavens
That's a wonderful song by Advent 4, right? We're going to take a break right now. When we come back, we play my favorite game called Music Quiz. You don't want to miss it. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back from the ad break. This is Rhythm of Life. Make sure you interact with us on our social media using the hashtag Rhythm of Life on SID. Right now, let me quickly chat to the gents about the song that they're about to perform right now. I believe that Kaya is going to be the one answering this question.
Yes.
Right, the guy in the brown suit.
Unfortunately.
Right, what is the inspiration behind the song Yesu Ngumkhululi?
The inspiration behind the song comes from the fact that at times there's a lot of noise in our lives, such that we even forget that we have Jesus as our Redeemer. You focus on what is happening around you. So it just brings us back to let's trust God with our lives. That's the whole inspiration behind the song.
Excellent. That's excellent. There you have it, folks. Our next song is Uyesu Ngumkhululi by Advent 4. Take it away. What a beautiful song that was sang just by Advent 4 roundabout now. I'm joined by a viewer who sings bass for the group. I just want to understand, do you also speak in bass now that you sing bass? Try, let's see.
I'm not sure.
You
be the judge.
Right, right. Hey, guys, bass singers, they always walk away with people. I'm not going to mention which people. Right, guys? We've spoken, we've sang, right? And then we've spoken about your book, church, and we heard wonderful music from you guys. It's time for us to play the quiz. And this is one of my favorite. I'm asking you guys about our groups, our Adventist groups. It's simple, guys. When you know the answer, please shout your name.
Okay.
So you will say Bontle or viewer. Say it, viewer.
Viewer.
No, with the bass. Right, let's go for it. It's 10 questions. The first question is, what is the name of Sweet Symphony's first album? Ask for a clue.
Clue.
It has to do with Thando Muntu. Thando Muntu forever. Pass? Should I pass?
Pass.
All right, great.
I love that CD.
It's Love Everlasting. True or false? Fikile Mboleka sings soprano for No Limits.
False. Fiwe.
Shout your name, shout your
Viewer.
name, shout your name. We'll give it to you for now.
Okay, okay.
Next time you do it, no. One for Advent 4. Come on.
Okay,
You
no,
can
I'm
do that.
coming, I'm
Right,
coming.
right. Name 2 artists featured on Noted album. There's a group called Noted from PE. 2 artists. Come, guys. You can do it. Come, guys.
I don't know those.
Noted.
I'm so blind.
One of the artists actually went overseas and they were stuck during lockdown period. and all
Bontle?
this.
Pass.
Yes, Bontle. You can do it.
Mandisa? No.
Yes, yes. Say it out loud.
Mandisa?
Yes. No. But no, she's not. She was
not
not
Noted.
The other one.
Pass.
It starts with the same name, with the same alphabet.
Sorry, pause.
Ah, guys, it's Mi Lezioni,
Oh,
right?
Yes. Okay.
And Mpoko Pedi, the one who plays
Oh,
piano.
wow. Oh my God.
Right. Which song is featured on Chrysolite's album that you can also get in Christ in Song book? Come on, guys. It's about us passing the Jordan River, and when we sing it, whoa, full-heartedly, guys. Come on, guys. You know the song.
Viewer.
Yes, viewer.
I'm pressing on the upward way.
In Zulu, in Venek,
Yo, Zulu.
in Venek. Said I'm not too sure if it's pressing, but in Venek.
Indlela yami yenyoka.
No, man. Should I give it to you guys? Ngobani abadlula la magagas. Ngobani
Oh
laba.
my
Right.
gosh. Okay.
Right. Name one song from X and Bull's album. Name one song.
Pass.
Pass.
Come on, guys.
We just know them, but
Give me the Bible. Just one. It says give you the Bible.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
just one of the songs. Right. There's a song titled No Dark Valley, right? There's a song. There'll be no dark valley. Right.
Okay.
Sing the chorus.
pause.
Maezo tatabake.
The,
Maezo
yes.
Okay.
tatabake.
Yes.
This is the singer though.
Akukho kusitha ncujeswe zam
Finish it with this, with this. Bring it.
Okay.
This is not bass, man.
Okay, cool. We're 2 points to Advent song. Fine, you are coming, Bunke. True or false? Tabang Muloyisi from God's Grace sings Turner and manages their social media.
Bontle.
Bunke?
True.
True. That's it. At least. Thank you. Round of applause for Bunke, guys. Come. Yes, thank you. Yes. Right. Okay. The group Purified is from which province? Where?
Bontle.
Yes, Bunke.
I'm guessing.
Yeah. Go for it.
Gauteng.
Yeah. No.
Was a guess.
No. Can I give you the clue? Where the sun comes out in the morning?
Viewer.
Yes, Bill.
Pumalang.
Yes, correct. 32. There you go. What is the latest song by a group called Chosen? It was on YouTube. It was everywhere.
Bontle.
Yes, Bontle.
Langa lomphefumulo.
Excellent.
Yeah.
32. Oh, guys, this is so amazing. Now, last question. Spell hymns ensemble.
Bontle.
Bontle.
Spell.
Spell.
HYMNSENSEMBLE.
Right. You forgot the space, but we give it to
Sorry,
you.
thank
It's
you.
3 3 all, guys. Right. Second. Okay. Palisa Mujapil is part of which group?
Bontle.
Yes, Bontle.
Chosen.
Right, and also the Mujapilo family
Yes.
as well. Excellent. There's a song called "We Praise Thee," right? In it sung by Selected Voices. It's also in Christ in Song. What number is it? Come on, guys. Come on, guys.
I cannot remember.
Oh, Bazalwane. The whole Bazalwane. Okay, it's number 27, right? We
Okay.
Praise Thee. Last question. In Reality 7, album title Ngeke Siguqe. Who is not wearing a jacket? Just guess. In that photo album, who's not wearing a jacket?
Caesar. Viewer.
Viewer?
Caesar.
Incorrect. Let's give it to you. Try.
I forgot their names.
Try. Try is the best. 3 all at the moment.
Bontle.
Bontle, yes.
I think there's a guy named Fiso or something.
Fisani.
Fisani.
Right. Unfortunately, you guys both got that question incorrectly, right? It's so sad, but Bontle moved from 0 all the way to 4, while Viewer was leading with 2. Unfortunately, so the score actually is 4-3. Right, Viewer, you mentioned something very important, that we played this game and some of the groups you did not know about them. What do you have to say to the ones that you don't know about them?
I think we should try and put more effort in, in taking our music out there, marketing it, so that even in our small towns, all over the country, we can get to know about the groups, get to access the groups, support them, because we do want to support the music, and if we don't know, then we might not even be able to support it, So if we try, by all means, put some effort in our marketing strategies, so that use social media platforms. All these platforms, they help people share most.
Yes.
So they help us who didn't know about it to know about the group, know about the music, and to support it. Yes.
Vua mentioned something very, very important as far as social media is concerned, because when we wake up in the morning, the first thing that we do, we actually touch our phones and check what's on the WhatsApp stories, what's on the Instagram stories. And this week, I managed to check out this social media video. And that's how we close off our show tonight. Thank you very much for watching the program. Thank you, Bontle Moabi and Advent 4 for gracing us with your presence. Make sure that you interact with us on our social media. It is #Rhythm of Life on SID. Don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel, SID Media Digital. There, click and like. Until next time, good night and God bless.
Iguchichi Klesha